Good morning, everyone. Oh my goodness, the oxygen investigation. Amazing, amazing. Trey Bundy and all of you abuse survivors have done such an amazing job on that. And thank you. Thank you. And imagine our surprise when we plugged our phone back in after doing our nail and coffin and it was uploading that the phone started ringing off the hook. And all of you were calling and saying, oh my God, you guys are mentioned in the credits. We didn't even know. I had sent Trey Bundy some things, oh my goodness, probably like 2-3 years ago. And he told me he had to verify them, but I never heard back from him. So, I didn't pay any attention to it. And then, like I said, people started calling saying, oh my God, you guys are mentioned in the credits. I'm not sure what they used of ours. They may have used some of our leaked videos that we had because it's mentioned under the additional stills and footage by, and we're right underneath the Jehovah's Witnesses, and it says Kim and Mikey. So, my goodness. I sent an email to Trey Bundy and thanked him for that. It was a great surprise. And I also sent him some more recent information. Like their Watchtower article from last year, May, where they admit they have a plague. And then over a couple of pages, I believe it was on page 10, they said that the elders report these abuse cases to the authorities. And I also sent him the latest edition of the elders manual and told him that they all have a full chapter now. So, Mike and I don't need to be on any TV shows or investigation or anything. We're just happy to get this information to these investigators and these reporters. And we've mentioned Pennsylvania. We've told everybody that we know who is involved, if they need any information, contact us. Because of the sources we have, we are getting this information. Which brings me, I want to give a big, huge shout out to all our sources. You guys, you all are amazing, because we couldn't do this without all of you. And I know you work tirelessly, to get this information to us. And you take a great risk, to yourself. So, thank you. Thank you, all of you. And also, we put part 2 of the oxygen underneath our nail in coffin at the top of the comments. They've got it on Facebook again. And I know many are sending, that out. And let's hope that it wakes up more people. And which brings me to something one of our sources sent us. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. This is our original source. And my goodness, I know we've covered, and I know the ASL ladies have been covering, how Jehovah's Witnesses are targeting the deaf. This goes a little bit beyond just the usual finding out where the deaf are so they can talk to them. Yeah. This is in the 2017 yearbook. Page 63, under the subheading, Using Technology to Reach the Deaf. Yeah, they're still targeting the deaf. The sign language field in Sri Lanka is now experiencing growth. In 2015, the witnesses had fewer than 80 addresses of deaf people, and these were recorded on bits of paper. Now, I just want to say that since our daughter is in the deaf community, and a lot of the deaf people are complaining about this, them targeting the deaf people. They tell them they're not interested. But just because they're deaf, they have their addresses, they're trying to get their phone numbers, and it's gotten to where it's really upsetting many in the deaf community. And like I said, I know ASL TAT has covered this. But if they can find out where a deaf person is, I'll tell you, back, probably about 5-6 years ago, we actually had a phone call from someone that said, do we know of any deaf people in our community. And we're like, who are you? And they really didn't want to give us an answer. And it's like, I'm not going to give you any information. I don't even know who you are. And they said, well, I'm a Bible student, just trying to help the deaf community. And so finally I asked them outright, are you a Jehovah's Witness? And they said, yes, we're trying to get names and addresses and phone numbers of those who are deaf so that we can talk to them in your community. And I said, well, first of all, I wouldn't give you any information on anybody because they have a right to their privacy. And then I hung up on them. But this is how they target the deaf community. Well, this is really disturbing. Reading on. Since then, okay, now remember, they've got their names and addresses on bits of paper. Since then, the first Sri Lanka Sign Language congregation has been formed and a computer database has been set up containing about 420 names as well as addresses with GPS coordinates. Oh my God! Oh my God! This is such a violation of their privacy. I don't even know where to begin on this one. The brothers have contacted about 80% of those people either in person or via video chat or text messaging, which means they have their phone number. A missionary couple report. Now we can give our deaf publishers a territory to work. Before that, they would visit only the deaf they personally knew. This needs to be reported to the authorities, especially in the European countries where the data protection policy is in effect. That was really disturbing. And like I said, this is from the 2017 Yearbook, page 63. So I think this needs to be shared with the deaf community. And I think these Jehovah's Witnesses that are targeting the deaf community, this needs to be stopped. They have a right to their privacy. Just because they're deaf does not mean you can violate their privacy. So thank you everybody for watching. And like I said, I have many more nail-in coffins that I didn't even get a chance to go through. And I want to apologize to Sacred Mom. Thank you, Debbie, so much for your help. I feel so bad because once our video was done and uploading, I found her list. She had helped me track down a bunch of addresses in Australia. And I found her list here on my desk underneath all the papers. And it's like, oh crap, I had a list of more. So we'll have to do that in the next nail in coffin. But you all have a wonderful day, and thank you so much for everything. Bye.